Hi there guys, and welcome back to Out There Adventures. Today we're going to be showing you how to build a fire in 5 easy steps. Now if you like this kind of content, make sure you like, comment and subscribe for more. Right, let's get into the video. Now step 1, tinder. So tinder is effectively like a seedling of a fire. It is the material that you're going to throw your spark or flame into to get your initial fire going. Now there are many different types of tinder. You can have your natural and unnatural. Your natural ones are going to be things like birch bark, pine tar, fat wood and dried grass. Now you've got your unnatural materials as well, such as dryer lint, cotton soaked in Vaseline or wax. Which one you use very much depends on your environment and what suits you. Now depending on what type of tinder you pick will depend on the preparation that it needs to take a spark. For instance, a birch bark. Now if you can get the small pieces of birch bark off the tree, you can throw a spark or a flame straight into it. If you can't do that, if it's an older birch bark, you may have to take a piece of bark and scrape into a fine powder, then you are ready to throw a spark into it. You can also use fat wood. Now fat wood is readily available. Readily available.
Silence.
You can also use fat wood. Now fat wood is readily available in most forests. All you need to do is find yourself a pine tree that has limbs that have broken or snapped off that are close to the base. Inside these limbs, resin will have pooled at the very stem. All you need to do is cut that off, and you can either cut it into shavings or scrape off pieces of the wood in order to get to the resin soaked wood on the inside. And then you have your unnatural fibres, such as cotton pads soaked in some sort of paraffin like wax or Vaseline, or things like dry lint that you can bring from home to make this step much easier. Now step 2 is kindling. Now what is kindling? It is effectively dry twigs and branches and sticks that you either find on the forest floor or in the trees. These are things that you're going to put your tinder into to create a larger fire. That's what it's all about, is building these steps so you find and create a decent fire that's going to last. Now where can you get them? You can either pick stuff, if it's dry, from the forest floor, or you can pick it out the trees. Now if you're in a wet environment or you've had downpour recently, unfortunately you're going to have to split wood in order to get to the dry stuff on the inside. Now when separating your kindling, what you need to do is remember there's 3 different sizes you need to remember. First one is going to be pencil lead. These are really small pieces that your tinder is going to catch first. The next is about the size of a pencil. These will catch after the lead sizes. And the last one is about the size of your finger. And these are going to be fuel to keep everything going whilst you add your fuel, which is your next step. Now step 3 is the fuel for your fire. Now what I like to do personally is have things that are, say, wrist sized or about half wrist sized. And what that basically allows you to do is feed your fire without letting it get too big and too uncontrollable. The last thing you want is a fire that is out of control and unruly. Okay, step 4 is going to be the tools that you're going to need to get this fire going. Now you can either carry a ferro rod, a lighter, or for the traditionalists amongst you, a flint and steel. Now each thing has its benefits. I will carry a couple of different things so I have redundancies in place, because the last thing you want is to be stuck out in the cold without a fire. I'll also carry a small tinder pouch which has got dry material in it in case I can't find anything in the forest at that time. Remember, it is always important to carry multiple ways of starting a fire and have redundancies in place. That is one of the main things I can't stress enough. The last thing you need is for your lighter to fail and you're out there in the cold. Now guys, step 5 is probably the most important. It is absolutely paramount that you have fires in safe locations. The last thing you want is to cause a massive fire that endangers people's lives. Now if that means clearing the forest floor or having your fire in a different location to where you set your camp up, then that's what you have to do. You really don't want to be endangering yourself or endangering the precious wildlife we have in this country. Now that's it guys, those are your 5 easy steps to creating a good fire. Now, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. This channel at the moment doesn't have the engagement that we would say want, but what we want to do is grow it into something really special, and you can help us to do that. We love making this type of content, being outdoors, in the wilderness, camping, fishing, cooking stuff outside, anything to do with outdoors, we're here for it. So if there's something that you want us to do, or there's something that you want to see from us, make sure you let us know in that comment section. Thanks for sticking with us to the end. You've been awesome, and we have been Out There Adventures.